Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the afternoon session on the seminar on methanol as a sustainable, scalable and storable fuel. So remember, this morning we looked at mostly at applications of methanol as an energy carrier, where we touched upon shipping quite a lot as application. But there clearly the focus was on tank to wheel. The tank to wheel part of the complete chain. This afternoon we will focus out or zoom out a bit. We will mostly look into how to produce methanol as well as other e-fuels from renewables. So now the focus will be to tank mostly. So this is the part that we will zoom into now. How do we get from renewables to these fuels? And so you can, as before, focus your questions or direct your questions to the speakers throughout the presentations, but we will also have an added possibility for you to ask questions to all of the speakers from the session later on. And I'll give you instructions on how to do that in a minute. Let me first walk you through what we have in store for you. So the first thing we're going to look into is, let's say, the big picture for e-fuels. So what will be the role of e-fuels in the future? When do they make economic sense, and then how can they fit into our future society relying on renewable energy? We've heard it this morning already. Carbon is a big thing there, of course. If we want to rely on methanol as an e-fuel, we will need carbon. So let's have a look at that, e-fuels with carbon. What's the status, for instance, of direct air capture? What about the cost associated with getting the carbon? Before we then look into how can we actually scale this up. We've discussed this morning as well, touched upon the huge quantities that we need. Can this be done? And what are the first steps in order to get this going? And then we will take it a little more short term, in the sense that we will look at the status of renewable biomethanol currently, biomethanol production. So how much is actually out there? How much is available? Which projects are coming online? What will be available, let's say, 5 years from now? And then again, it will be up to you. You will have your shot at asking questions to the entire panel of speakers. Of course, during each presentation, you will also be able to submit your questions. So before we proceed, go to your browser, open up menti.com and enter the code you see here on the bottom right. So you can drop questions targeted at speakers during their presentation, so that we have them ready to get going right after each presentation for a short Q&A. There the idea is mostly to have short, to-the-point questions, things that you would like to have clarified concerning the presentations. And then after that, we will have a half hour devoted to Q&A in a more general sense. Do you have questions that you would like to get each speaker's opinion on? Then that's the time to do that.